What your wrists do in the golf swing has the strongest correlation between the direction you hit the ball and how far you hit the ball. This is going to amaze you because everybody just thinks this, and I get it, right? Because it makes sense. It makes sense here. If you look at this on player cam, if you push your hands ahead of the golf ball, that's shaft lead. But look what that does to your club face. It's wide open. You've got to understand how you push the hands ahead and keep the club face square. So we're looking at the two key elements of where these wrists have to be absolutely nailed on. It's simple, but it's so misunderstood. And this is what you've got to get right. So Mark Feber has asked a question about what do the wrists do in the takeaway, backswing and downswing. And if you think, well, Alex, I've got a bit of a tip that I want to get answered, well, simply just subscribe and turn on the bell next to the subscribe button. Just pop it down below in the comments. So I want you to think about, this is the position we're going to get to. A little bit of cupping with the right, nice and flat with the left, and our club face matching. That's what we're aspiring to at the top of the backswing. But let's talk about how you get there. So addressing that golf ball, what we've got to really think about, and I love this swing thought, I'm going to give it you with both either right or left hand. So our right hand is going to move a little bit like that. And if you look at that from player cam, it's almost like a door opening and closing. And if I just put my right hand on the club, that would create this, go to the top, left hand on, boom, absolutely locked in. If you're thinking about your left hand, if I take my right hand off the club now, and I just feel as though as I'm turning away, I push my logo of my glove down towards my right big toe, again, look where that gets the club, and look where that gets me at the top. Now you have to think that if the wrists are better at the top, they don't have to do as much on the way down. Where a lot of golfers are, we're just a little bit cupped, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So depending on whether you are right hand dominant or left hand dominant, now I'm left hand dominant in my golf swing, I'm quite a left hand dominant player, but I play right handed. I feel that push down there to get that position halfway back, and then that. I've done all the work there, and that's it, okay? If you're right handed, you'll just feel the opposite. That little bit of a hinge, and you're locked in at the top. So nice and simple. What I would do is I'd then go and hit some away like I'm going to do now, just focusing on that takeaway. Because if your takeaway's out of whack, you've got no chance of creating a good impact. So that's going to straight away, I would say, improve you by about 50%. To get the other 50%, you've got to get impact. Right, here we go. Watch this ball flight. I got 5-iron in my hand here. This creates so much confidence even with longer irons. I mean, look at that fly. Go on, be the club. I mean, hitting this green is just... Come on. Okay, phase 2. There's only 2 phases. It's going to come at you quick and fast. That's all you need to know. Next phase is impact. Let's start off where we want to get to. And just to illustrate this, I'm going to put a T-peg in my golf glove, just like that. Just so you can see what exactly it's doing on the way down. And it's just easier for you to learn this. So, have a look at this from player cam. I'm addressing that ball. If I just push my hands ahead, look where the T-peg points. And look at the effect that has on my club face. We've got to get used to the feeling of our logo or our T-peg staying pointing towards target. And now look what that does. I can push my hands ahead and get my club face square. It's going to feel really strange, really strong. And one thing I would really reiterate with all these points with the wrists, I'm exaggerating them. They're only little subtle adjustments, but I'm just going to emphasize this so you can really see it. So now we know at the top of the backswing, again, come down the line, we're in a situation where we're here now. Whether you feel a bit of that, whether you feel you're pushed down, whatever you feel, and you've got to remember, right, if you push down, the club head's going to go up. Equal and opposite reaction. Now, as we start down, I really feel as though I'm getting the feeling of I'm rotating that T-peg to the ground and then to target. And I know that might sound quite complicated, but the simplest thing you've got to think about, if I'm throwing a frisbee out the back of my hand, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. And that's as easy as it is. So if you come to face on now, have a look at this in player cam, just put your hand in front of you. It's not just this, it's just that. That's all it is, that feeling. And I would just get in your hands like this, go back, throw it out the back of the hand, throw it out the back of the hand, throw it out the back of the hand, and all you've got to think, we're trying to control that club face at that split point impact. It's not, I'm pushing it, I'm just feeling that. Really nice and simple. Here we go. All I would feel as I'm working into impact, I'm just pointing that T-peg towards target. And then from there, let it go naturally. So into the shot, I've got my feelings of backswing, whip back, point it there on the way down, and then let it flow through here absolutely naturally. They're two of the best 5 irons I've hit in a very, very long time. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell.